back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate it as always. Today we're going to be doing a makeup tutorial, and it's not just any makeup tutorial, it is a soft glam makeup tutorial. I get questions all the time on how I do my makeup, and this is pretty much it. I love pairing together really soft feminine makeup with something dramatic. So whether it's a dramatic eye or a dramatic lip, I just love the way that looks, and that's what we're going to be doing today. And I just want to say that this eye look is going to be one of the easiest that you will ever try. 3 eyeshadows and you are good to go. So if y'all are interested in seeing how I achieve this really quick, really soft glam makeup that is perfect for the holidays, then please keep on watching. Alright guys, so this is what my makeup free face looks like. I've already gone in with my skincare. I used the Watts Beauty 100% Hyaluronic Acid Serum. If y'all been watching my channel, it is a holy grail. And then I also went in with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Hello Halo Highlighter. And this is in the shade Halo Goodbye, and I just put it on the apples of my cheeks. Because this is more of a subtle soft glam look, I wanted my highlighter to be a little bit more lit from within and really a healthy glow, so that's why I put it on underneath my foundation. I'm also going to incorporate a little bit of glowy stuff at the end of the makeup look, but y'all will see that in a little bit. So for foundation, I'm going to be going in with, y'all know, it is the L'Oreal Pro Glow. This is my all-time favorite. I never defer from this. It's just so good. It wears a long time, and I find that the longer you wear it, the better it looks, if that's even possible. Right now, I am in the shade 202. So this is what 202 looks like. Normally I mix in 205 and 202, but I don't have to really do that anymore because it's gotten really cold and overcast, that type of thing. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I'm just going to kind of load up the back of my hand with some foundation, and I'm going to go in with a clean beauty blender. You heard that right. A clean beauty blender for a change. So I just washed it. It's nice and fluffy. And I'm just going to pounce that on the back of my hand, and I'm going to go ham on in. And whenever you're doing your foundation, make sure you bring it down your neck. Make sure you cover your ears a little bit because your ears will get red over the course of the day, especially if you're hot and you're sweating. And then if you're wearing something V-neck or a low cut, make sure you also take it down your chest just a little bit so everything looks nice and seamless and cohesive. So next up is concealer, and for that I'm going to be going in with the Clinique Airbrush Concealer. I use it in the shade 01 Fair. I think they have 5 different shades total, and it is very sheer, so it'll work with lots of different skin tones. If you need something with a little bit more coverage, I do recommend the Tarte Shape Tape if you are under like 40 years old. If you're over 40 and you have fine lines and wrinkles, then I do recommend trying out the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is the Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer. This is a really good like step down in dryness from the Tarte Shape Tape. So it's a little bit on the expensive side, but it's definitely worth it. If you can't afford that, then Maybelline Fit Me will fit the bill. And one of the reasons why I like this concealer so much is because it gives a lot of light flashback, especially in photography. So if you have problems under your eyes, if you have a lot of color under your eyes, discoloration and whatnot, this really helps in photography to conceal that. It just makes it look so good. I've sworn by this in my makeup kit for years and years, and it blends out like a dream. So if you're going to be under really pretty lights, incandescent light, stuff like that, it just doesn't have that harsh cast underneath your eyes like a lot of concealers can do. And I challenge y'all to try this concealer. Try putting it on underneath one eye and then avoid putting it on the other eye, and then take a flash photograph of yourself, and you will be amazed at the difference of your under eye. It is like magic. It's not like the YSL Touche Éclat. That one's a little bit overkill when it comes to the flashback. This one is absolutely perfect. And if you find that you need the extra coverage but you still want the light flashback, put the Tarte Shape Tape on underneath it, and then you can put the Clinique Airbrush on top. Works perfect. So next up, we're going to be going in with bronzer, and for that I'm going to be using this BH Cosmetics. This is their Studio Pro Bronzer and Highlight Kit. These are all matte products, so it's not technically a highlight, but if you want some brightness underneath your eye, these are going to be good for lots of different skin tones. And also the bronzers are good for lots of different skin tones. So this one would be good for the lightest of skin tones, and then this would be good for probably deep dark, but not the darkest of skin tones, if that makes sense. For the bronzer today, I'm going to be kind of mixing these two shades here because I want my bronzer to be a little bit more defined around my face. And so I'm just going to dab in a little bit and then start buffing it in onto the forehead. And I do find that this bronzer takes a little bit of building up, so you don't get a whole bunch of pigmentation right away, which I appreciate. So you can kind of customize the way you want your contour. If you want it a little bit more subtle, you can do that. If you want it a little bit more built up and dramatic, you can also do that too. I find that this shade right here is a pretty good contour. It's a little bit on the cooler tone side. So if you're looking for a contour, then that is an option. And this is very inexpensive. I think I got this from Ulta for $12 or something like that. I'm going to include all the links to everything down in the description box below if you're interested in picking it up. But yeah, this is a very inexpensive option, especially if you're a makeup artist. It has lots of different colors for lots of different skin tones. And I like to bronze a little bit on the nose as well, just where the sun hits your face. So for the contour today, we're going to be going in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. This is, once again, a Holy Grail product. And I'm going to be going in with this shade right here. It is a beautiful, beautiful contour for like lighter skinned ladies and gents. And I'm just taking a like small angular brush and going right above my cheekbones, kind of like where I want the illusion to be, because you know, your girl got a little chubby face, so I gotta kind of create the illusion there. And then I'm gonna go on the other side and do exactly the same thing. Now, I don't care what anybody has to say about Kat Von D herself, but her products are bomb. So now we're on to the most important part of the tutorial, and that is the eyes. And for that today, I'm gonna be going in with the Zodiac palette by BH Cosmetics. This is a fantastic palette for the value. I just picked it up a couple of weeks ago at Ulta, and I have been using it non-stop. So whenever you open it up, this is what the inside looks like, and it's just got lots of beautiful different types of colors. It's got all the really bright metallic shimmeries on the outside, and then it's got the mattes on the inside, and then right there in the center is a really good like cheekbone highlight. You can use that as an eyeshadow topper, or you can use it as an inner corner highlight. Very, very beautiful and very reasonably priced for the value. It's just really, really good. So the first color that we're going to be going in with is this color, and it's from the shade Aquarius. And I'm going to be taking just this plain like buffer brush, and I'm going to be going in there pretty deep. And I'm going to be using this as the transition shade. And whenever I do my transition shades, I like to take it big and wide. So I take it all the way into almost the bridge of the nose here, and then I take it out right past the eyebrow. It just makes it look a little bit more blown out, and it makes your eyes appear a lot larger. So don't do this with a color that is too dark. You want to do it with maybe a shade or two darker than your skin tone. And you just really buff it in, and you extend those lines because we want it to look glamorous but really, really soft. So the next shade we're going to be taking is another matte shade, and that is from the Color Story Scorpio. And I'm just taking this kind of a flat, dense packing brush, and I'm just going to kind of go in on one side there, just really, really gently, because that one's a very pigmented color. I'm going to knock off the excess, and then I'm going to be going in and shaping that outer V. So you just want to go in a little bit, kind of raise your eyebrow, and start packing on that color. And it's a beautiful, beautiful kind of a plummy brown that is going to really look pretty during the holidays, whether you want to wear this for Christmas or for Thanksgiving. It's just going to look good with lots of different outfits, especially if you're wearing like earthy tones. This is going to look gorgeous. We're just taking that shade really, really gently, and we're just bringing it right up towards the temples, just a little bit. You don't want to go overboard with this. You just want very, very light strokes. And then we're going to also take it slightly above the natural orbit of your eye. So the crease area, you want it a little bit over that because you want your eyes to look a little bigger. So if you have smaller eyes, that is a really good trick to use. And we're just going in with little baby steps. So anything you have left over on the brush, you just want to sort of gradually start making the little motions to fade it really gently towards the inner corner of that eye. So I'm bringing it all the way to about where my eyebrow starts. So about right here is where you want to just see a hint of that color, and then it fades and gets gradually more pronounced. So the final shade that we're going to be using for this eye look, not including the inner corner highlight, is from the shimmery shade of Aquarius, and this is what it looks like in the pan. And when you look at it in person, especially on the skin or on the finger, it is gorgeous. It's like a multi-dimensional shade. It kind of switches from a very rich yellow gold to a foresty misty green to a brown. Very, very holiday appropriate. And to really intensify it, I'm going to be spraying I'm going to show you the brush that I'm going to be using. It's like a flat top kind of a packer brush like this. And I'm going to be spraying it with the Max Fix Plus. So I'm just going to spritz it a little bit. And then I'm going to go in to this shade Pretty Ham right here. And I'm just kind of scraping it a little bit. And I'm going to create a very wide shape on the eye. It's going to be really pretty. You just want to create sort of a crescent. It's basically cutting the crease, but you don't have to use the concealer and stuff because we ain't got time for that. So there are no cuttings of the crease here. So now I'm going to take it on the back of my finger and I'm just going to really pack it on the lid there. I'm going to bring it all the way, kind of meeting and marrying that outer shade right there. And what makes this eye look really special is that depending on the direction that people are looking at you will depend on the color story that they get. So whenever they're looking at you head on, they're going to get the greens and a little bit of that gold, and then the plum from the outer V is going to really stand out and incorporate, and it just gives it a lot of contrast. Whenever you look at it from the side, you get those really earthy tones, the rich golds, the really pretty browns, but you still get the touch of that plum color. It just looks really, really pretty. And then whenever you incorporate lashes, mascara, eyeliner, not necessarily in that order, but it just really makes the eyes stand out, and it's so simple to achieve. So yeah. For the inner corner, I'm going to be going in with this really cute little detailer brush, and I wet it with a little bit of the Max Fix Plus, and I'm going in with this center shade right here, and we're just going to make the eye really pop and stand out. So just going to pack it right there onto the tear duct, and then also marry it into that shape that we created with the other brush. Now moving on to the lower lash line, we're going to take this shade again. This is the matte shade from Aquarius, and we're just going to run it underneath the lash line, just kind of haphazardly. And then the final eyeshadow we're going to be taking to connect the lower lash line to the outer V is this Scorpio shade once again. So we're just going to take just a little bit on this brush once again, and we're going to go on the outer thirds and then meet it up with the outer V. So now I'm going to go ahead and go finish the other eye, and I'll be right back. So now that I have the eyeshadow completely done, I want to go in with my eyeliner. And for that today, I'm going to be going in with the Moxielash Liquid Magnetic Eyeliner because I want to use the Moxielash lashes. So they are super easy. You just put the liner on and then you pop them lashes on and they are good to go. There's no glue, there's no nothing, there's no work. You just put them on and they stick and adhere and they look beautiful. So this is what the eyeliner looks like. It is a little bit on the goopier side. It is quite messy. If you're not familiar with that, I have a whole go-to, like how-to with magnetic liner and lashes. I will link it up here somewhere for y'all. If you have any kind of problems or any kind of questions with magnetic lashes and liner, that's going to help you out. So going in really quickly with this liner, and we're just going to really pat it onto the lash line. So pardon me if I'm a little bit quiet during this part. It's like hard to talk whenever I'm applying liquid liner. I think most people are like that actually. So while the eyeliner is drying, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my mascara, and for that I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Once again, it's a holy grail. If I want my lashes to look nice and long and luxurious, this is the mascara that I use. And it usually takes more than one coat to make them fully like big and dramatic. But since I'm going to be wearing false lashes today, we're just going to be going in with one coat, and that way we don't have kind of like gray looking eyelashes hiding underneath the magnetic lashes. So now we're going to add the glam for this soft glam look. And for that, I'm going to be using the Moxielash Money Lash. And this is what they look like. So beautiful, fantastic quality. I just love the way these look whenever you put them on. So that's what we're going to do. I just cleaned off the magnets because I wore these just a couple days ago. And we're just going to pop them on. That's it. They're on. All right, y'all, we are almost done, believe it or not. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to brows. And for that, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl. This is the Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in Soft Brown. This is, once again, a holy grail. I used to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz religiously. And ever since this came out, it has been my go-to. So I just like to kind of brush my brows into place just to give it a sort of an outline of what I want the brows to look like. And then very, very quickly, I just kind of go in and create the shape. So I usually start off with the top part first and then go right to the arch. And to find your arch, this is a little tip that I've learned. To find your arch, you can kind of lift up your brow a little bit, like here. You'll see like the highest part of your fine lines, if that makes sense. And that will be where your arch is supposed to be. So that is just a little tip that I learned along the way, and that's just what I've always followed. So regardless of what your age is, your brow, even though it will start to sag over time, that is the indication of where your highest peak should be. So now we're going to be moving on to my favorite part of my makeup routine, and that is the blush. I am blush obsessed, y'all. I love buying new blushes. It is just, they're just so pretty. So for the blush today, I'm going to be using an oldie but goodie, and that is the Lancome Blush Subtil. This is in the shade Splash Coral, and this is what it looks like. This is the most beautiful blush. It has a very like luminous iridescence to it, and I'm just going to take it with this Japanese 718 brush. It's just sort of like a buffer brush, and I just get a good bit in there. It's not very pigmented blush, and I just pounce it right there on the tops of my cheekbones. And it just adds such a youthful, beautiful, healthy glow. Whenever you're applying your blush, if you're over 40, you don't want to apply it down here. It's just going to make you look older and make your face look longer. You want to put it up here and going towards the temples. And I don't know if y'all remember from older TJ Maxx haul, but I was able to get this blush. This regularly priced $31. I used to work at Lancome. It's regularly priced $31, and I was able to get it for $3. So I'm just going to turn my head really quickly. Can you see the luminescence on my cheekbones that this blush gives? It is just so beautiful. It's almost like a highlight, but it's not quite. So now we're going to be going in with a really subtle, beautiful highlight. And for that today, I'm going to be going in with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Pearl. They make loads of colors in this. So, so beautiful. This is one of my all-time favorite liquid blushes. It is so, so pretty. It glides onto the skin, and this is in Pearl. Did I say that? And it just looks so, so natural. So this is what it looks like when it's blended in. And I'm not going to take it on the tops of my cheekbones because I think it has enough luminosity as it is, but I am going to take it in the center of my eyes. Just a little right there in the center. And then I'm going to bring it down the nose slightly. So whenever you look from side to side, it's just going to make it look like you have a little bit of perspiration there, if you know what I'm talking about, and it's just going to look really, really dewy and beautiful. So now finally we are on to the lips. And for the lips today, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Lolita Liquid Lipstick. If you don't have this one available, then you can also get the Palladio. This is in the shade Rescue by Casey Holmes. They still have this available on Amazon. And if they don't have that, then you can go in with the Jordana Sweet Cream Matte. This is in Cinnamon Toast. I think this one is a little bit deeper and darker than the Lolita from Kat Von D. But I think this shade is really, really beautiful. It's kind of a 90s brownie mauve, and it's just perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and go curl my hair. If you haven't yet seen my hair tutorial on how I style it, I will link that video up here somewhere. It is a really easy guide, and I give you lots of different tips and easy to follow instructions on how I get my everyday beachy waves. So if you're interested in that, I will link it right there. Just click on it and it will take you right to it. Alright guys, that's going to complete this Soft Glam Makeup tutorial. I just finished up my hair. I added these cute little bow earrings that I got from TJ Maxx, and we are good to go. So ready to go, ready to walk out the door and get lots and lots of compliments. So I hope y'all found this video enjoyable and helpful. If you did, please give it a like and a subscribe. You know your girl would appreciate it. And if y'all have any kind of comments, questions, or concerns, please let me know in the comment section below. I always try really, really hard to answer y'all's questions. So if you have them, let me know. And once again, thank y'all so much for watching. I always appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I hope y'all have a very safe and happy holiday season. See y'all soon. Bye.